This is Steven, and we are doing a little test stream here. We're trying to work with a new device that I got so that I can record off of my Switch. So that's what we're working on right now. We're gonna be doing it with a test stream of catching or not catching, shiny hunting Alolan Vulpix, and the way we're doing that is by trading. So I'm just going to do a quick audio check. Give me 1 second. Catching. Okay, catching. Okay, so we do have the audio. I'm trying to play a little bit with having the game audio in the background. So I'm going to try to make sure that we accomplish that, but it looks okay. Looks okay. I got my face in there, which you guys may or may not want, right? You didn't see my Pickle Rick shirt. Right. You guys see the game. It looks pretty clean to me. And yeah, that's where we are. Well, let's get this going, okay? So the main way we do this here is I'll show you guys. I had to catch a bunch of regular Vulpix. I was shiny hunting regular Vulpix, so that kind of worked out, right? And then we have to trade those regular Vulpix to the Alolan trainer. And we just kind of gotta hope that we get a 1 in 4,086 chance of getting it. I am well into the shiny hunt already. I've done probably 500 trades, and as you can see, we're not there yet. So I'm going to go ahead and send the professor so I don't have to go through these guys again. I'm not trying to catch a 5 or 6 Eevee Pokemon. I just want to get that shiny. The reason I'm doing this is if you guys, I'll show you guys what I have so far. If anybody follows me on Instagram, which I don't have my Instagram link, so that's probably not going to be the case. But if anybody follows me on Instagram, they'll see search favorites on top that I have a reel up on Instagram. And that reel has 6 different Pokemon. They're Gen 1s. And it's essentially just like a, what's your team thing? I was like, okay. I love Gen 1. I'll do that. Like, I'll play through it with the team I get. I got Nidoqueen, Ninetales, I think what was that? Bellsprout, a Magneton, only one, a Coughing, and a Rhydon. So, but I was like, what can I do to make this a little more interesting? So what did I do? So, everybody's played through games and stuff like that before, nothing special. What do I do with the shinies? So I spent a lot of time. I caught the Coughing and Magnemite in the Power Plant. Sorry guys, my brain. I caught both Magnemites. I don't know which one I'm going to use yet. Not a big deal either way. This one's small. I caught both Magnemites in the Power Plant. I caught the Bellsprout in Route 2. Route 1. And then I caught Vulpix just south of Misty. Excuse me, sorry, it's breakfast time too. Caught Vulpix just south of Misty. After like 130 attempts, crazy. Nino ran to the left of Viridian. So, essentially what's going to happen is that I'm going to go ahead and restart my Let's Go Eevee journey. with these guys. Oh, he's actually got pretty good stats. I'm not paying attention to the stats. I just want the shinies, right? I have candies for them. I can feed them. I'm probably going to feed them too before we start the game. But so I'll start the journey with my Nidoran and my Bellsprout since they're both level 5. And since they're both level 5, you know, it is what it is. It just kind of makes sense. And then as I go through my journey, when I get to either a point where I'm facing Pokemon of that level, or I would be able to obtain them anyway, I will go ahead and add somebody to the team. So like Vulpix after the second gym, Magnemite after I get Surf. Same thing with Golfing after I get Surf. And then I still have one team member left after this. It's Rhydon. But I'm right now just trying to focus on that Vulpix. So, as I mentioned, I have a lot of Vulpix left. I caught 130 Vulpix approximately. No. We don't trade the shiny. I got 130 Vulpix. So, and this is my 4th time around. So you can do the math on that, and as you can see, I only got like 20 left. It is what it is, right? It'll be fine, but just trying to see exactly how much I can get done there, and still get the shiny. I don't need to get shiny Alolan Vulpix. Alolan Vulpix is not part of that run, but no, stop it. But I love Alolan Vulpix. Alolan Vulpix, in my opinion, is like the best Alolan form. And I don't know if Pokemon Go did a shiny Alolan Vulpix thing yet, but I'm not counting on it, so I want to get as many as I can. Obviously, if you want a shiny, Pokemon Go is the place to be. 1 in 450 chance normally, and it's 1 in 25 on community days. God, 25 is such great odds. As it is, I mean, doing the Vulpix hunt, there was a misconception about the Let's Go shiny hunting for a bit. Everybody thought that once you got 32, like you were done, you could sit there and wait, which was right to a certain extent. You could once you were at 32, you had an increased shiny odds, but you weren't getting everybody's seen the chart before, like 1 in 256 or whatever it is. You weren't getting those odds on every Pokemon, like people thought. You were actually just getting those odds on the next Pokemon to spawn. I'm not exactly sure if the next Pokemon to spawn is the next Pokemon of that type, or just the next Pokemon in general, because I'm not a coder. I didn't decide to decode it. I didn't go through all that stuff. But somebody did, thankfully. So they found that out. So we've been shiny hunting wrong in this game for years. That being said, I do have probably 30 shinies in this game. I have almost as many shinies in this game as I do Pokemon Legendaries. The difference to me is I actually prefer shiny hunting in this game. Only reason is you can control what you're shiny hunting better. We're all in the Charmander, which I have a shiny Charmander, but that day's coming. If I want the Charmander, it might take me a long time, but I can get a Charmander. Like, I can be certain that I'm going to get a Charmander. In Legends Arceus, obviously there's no Charmander in Legends Arceus, but Legends Arceus, you just kind of gotta hope that the right Pokemon shines for you, right? I know there's new, like, ways to get around that stuff, packs and whatnot, but you know, it is what it is. Let me see. For some reason, the game audio is not seeming to come up here. I wonder if I can have multiple things, multiple audios. I've never used this program before, guys, so like bear with me. It seems pretty silent to me, but we don't know. So I am gonna do my best to try to keep you guys entertained in some manner. As you can see, though, like as I mentioned before, I'm already 500 in. I watched somebody to try to get to make sure this was actually possible because I wasn't sure it was, and one person took 1,100 trades. One person took 2,000 trades, and then one person took 230. So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see which one we actually get to, right? Let's hope it's closer to the 230, although we're already like dramatically over that. Anybody in the chat? What do you guys eat for breakfast? Since I'm eating breakfast, always looking for new things. I eat like the same thing for breakfast every day, which is like sausage, either patties or links, and then like I used to eat bagels. Now I eat waffles for some reason. Probably because I'm a child. But, originally, I didn't even know that you could make this trade multiple times. So I thought that, much like in Legends Arceus, the Alolan Vulpix was shiny locked. But that's wrong. Apparently you can make this trade literally as many times as you want. You just need to catch one Vulpix. No, stop doing that, Steven. You're gonna do it by accident. No, you're gonna have to. I saved before I started this, so that I'll just have to close it out. But of course, that will be the one time when I get the shiny, right? Anybody wondering? If you trade a shiny, it's not guaranteed to get a shiny back. Because honestly, I'd rather do that. I'd rather spend the time trying to catch another Vulpix than I would doing this trade forever and ever. So, that's where we are. Looks like my friend Milton jumped on. Milton, if you're on, let me know how the audio sounds and how the video is coming through. This poor girl's got like Vulpix is backed up to like the sky. I don't know if you guys have ever heard it, but you'd say if you stacked $1 million in ones around the world, you would make it around the world. Imagine what just like thousands of Vulpix standing on top of each other would do. You'd probably like break over the Earth's atmosphere pretty easily. And so here's another issue. It's totally like a totally side issue. Alolan Vulpix is so subtle that I don't really know, based off of the screen. Like it doesn't give you any marker. It doesn't. If you guys don't notice it, it does like a sparkle when it pops out of the ball, like right there. Like it does sparkle. Not shiny. Not a shiny. Doesn't mean it's shiny. So I really don't know. Black market girl. She's a oh yeah, she's definitely black. She's definitely black market. She's just selling. She's grabbing all these Vulpix and she's gonna take them somewhere else. And she's a hunter. You guys got any Vulpix? So, as I was saying, I can't really tell when it's shiny Vulpix, to be honest with you. Like that one could be a shiny Vulpix. No idea. So what I'm doing is I'm going in time increments. or until I obviously finish. Like 25 minutes. And at the end of the 25 minutes, I just go through the summary of the Pokemon. And thankfully, this game, Let's Go Eevee, has a nice little easy thing to see it. There's a little star. And so that's how I've been doing it. That's how I've been checking. Alright, here we go. Offers trade. Well, let me try that. Oh, 1 second. Because I don't hear the game coming through very well. But now I bet it'll come through pretty okay. Alright, audio check. Oh, the audio is coming through fine. Okay. Never mind. Awesome. That's exactly what I wanted. I wanted the audio to be like that. Anybody who lives with upstairs neighbors? Sorry if you guys are hearing that. I feel like my neighbors are like Irish River dancing on the on ceiling. I am really happy that the audio is coming through from the game, though. That makes it real easier for me to like not have to fill the whole silence all the time. I swear, the time I'm gonna get the shiny, I'm gonna accidentally trade my shiny. And I'll live with it. I will catch another shiny. She's not the only black market dealer for Alolan Vulpix. It's really interesting, the setup. I've never done this before. It's super simple. Also, like, works really well. Also, what kind of name is Nikolais? Nikolais. That one looks a little different. That one looks a little different, guys. Or is that just me? Almost look like pinkish. I think. I'm not getting my hopes up. That wasn't a thing. Never mind. There's no such thing as a thing. Because that one also kind of looks pinkish. God damn it. So I haven't. Anybody who's watched my other streams? What am I doing? I got a couple left. Anybody's watched my other streams? I haven't been streaming as much lately. There's a lot going on in my personal life. I was sick the past couple days with the flu. And that's always fun, right? Like, love to do that. And part of my commute to work is a 2.5 hour drive. Which I love my job, so no complaints. But doing that when you're sick, on top of everything else that comes to the job, not always an easy thing. I wasn't feeling up to the streams, but I did want to get a stream in today because I haven't streamed in a little bit, and I'm still very new to it, and I still like it a lot. So I just wanted to make sure I got something in. So this is going to be the stream for today, and depending on how this goes, this might be like the kind of stream we do for a little bit, because I really want to get this Pokemon. Alright, so we're overcooked. Did summary. Not shiny, 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 not shiny. Looks like we're gonna end up having to restart for the 5th time, my friend. Yep. Is it 5th times? 5th time. The 5th time. Let's go ahead and restart this. I did confirm that they are not the same trades. Obviously, if I found out that like every time I traded this first Pokemon, the first Pokemon was the same, that would suck. So, because that means I would just waste my time a bunch. Not the case. Not the case. Every time they've had different stats. They've had different IVs, different natures, and stuff like that. So it's not the same Pokemon. So you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. It's a lot of. Wow, does this look familiar to you guys? It's awfully familiar to me. So, I don't know if you guys have watched the new Pokemon Masters anime. I started watching a little bit, right? And when I was watching, there was, I think it was episode 5. In episode 5, and this happens every once in a while on Pokemon for some reason. It was just such an incredibly sad episode. Like, this little girl lost her Pokemon partner, and she wished for it so bad that the unknown were apparently the unknown were in the region, and the unknown like made it eternal darkness. And there's a moment in it where she like comes to terms with it, and she's like, "It's okay, I'm letting go now." It's just so sad. Like, a Pokemon show had me, a grown-ass man, on the verge of tears for a couple minutes. I remember they did that in Sun and Moon with one of the characters' mothers as well. The mother had passed away, and one of the Pokemon had not granted her the ability to see her mother, but talked to something that looked like her mother, I guess. And it was like another thing. Like, I was going on Twitter after that because I'm like, I can't be the only person feeling this. And like, I see people talking about how they're bawling their eyes out to a kid's show. It's so funny. I feel like if I do get this shiny, I'm gonna miss it. Like, I'm not gonna be paying attention enough to catch it. Okay, so if it doesn't always come up with the screen for some reason, but if it does come up on that screen, it will have the shiny symbol on the left, top left. Not the case. Anybody wondering? Yes, I am sitting on the floor next to my couch. I don't know why I do this. I'm a weird human being. But this is what it is. Why is it doing it every time now? I wish it did it every time. It never does. Alright, breakfast is done. No more ASMR. Sorry, guys. But if you guys want to do a foot stream, no. I have monkey feet. I can hang from trees. Alright, well, let's do it. Let's see what we got. Why does it do the sparkles every time? It does sparkles every time. How am I supposed to know? Come on. I wouldn't be surprised if the first time I played this game, like as a whole, I saw the sparkles and was like, I got a shiny! Until I realized I didn't. Alright. I'm setting a 20-minute timer. At the end of the 20 minutes, we'll go through what we got. Which I honestly, like, we'll probably go through like 30 trades. 20 minutes is not like terrible. Alright. Six. Alright, Vulpix. Nope, sorry. Everybody has a friend listens to just like straight up memes, right? That's what I'm checking out. Right, yeah. As you guys can see, it's not like, this is obviously like not the most interesting thing, but once I find it, I feel like I'm gonna jump up and down. I gotta be quiet. My girlfriend is also sick with the flu now. She's trying to sleep, but I'm probably gonna sleep a little bit. All right. I don't know if anybody watches, but tonight is the first game of the NBA Finals. Yay. Not really. My team, I'm a Heat fan, so my team just got eliminated. My life has been a mess the past couple days. Trying to recoup. In other news, a baseball player slapped another baseball player over football. That was interesting. Super interesting stuff, right? And what else? Yeah, hockey's going strong, but I don't know. Let's see what time much hockey. The new Stranger Things is out yet? Or the new Stranger Things is already out, part 1. I'm waiting for part 2 to come out. I love Stranger Things. I watched the other 3 seasons. Yeah, 3 seasons. Sad it's ending, but they're all grown up now. Like I saw an article the other day or something like that, and it was talking about the girl who plays 9, and it said she's 18. I'm like, what? How is she like an adult at this point? I started watching her when she was legit like 9. It feels like 10 years ago already. And we watched the other ones grow up like through at least I did through it. Watching and going through it. There was another TV show on Netflix. The same kid that was in it, I believe. It was and the girl from it as well. It was about the girl getting superpowers and blowing someone's head up. Interesting show. I don't think it ever got renewed for a second season, but interesting show. Other than those two, I don't really think we've seen a bunch of them in a ton of stuff. Obviously, 9 was in not King Kong. Was it King Kong? No, it's Godzilla. She was in Godzilla. That's what it was. Okay. But still. Finally got into the Cell Saga on Dragon Ball Z, which is cool. Not Cell, Androids. I'm at a point where they just defeated Android 19, and then Android 20 was killed by Android 20 is Dr. Shroud. He was killed by Android 17 and 18. But so now 16, 17, and 18 are on the hunt for Goku. They just whooped. They whooped Trunks and Vegeta. Super Saiyan Trunks, Super Saiyan Vegeta. Along with everybody else, obviously. Interesting stuff. I honestly don't remember how they get out of this. Obviously, 17 and 18 are eventually going to be redeemed and become good guys, but we're far away from that. And we're Cell's still gotta come, because Cell eats, I think, both of them instead of Android 17 and 18. Man, they all look shiny. I don't know. Oh my god, how am I missing this? The new Pokemon trailer just dropped for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and it looks awesome. I saw a couple cool theories. So if you haven't seen it yet, I suggest you go watch it. Go do that now. You won't be missing me. Like, I'll be here when you get back. But it looks awesome. It seems to be a future and a past kind of game, with Violet being the future and Scarlet being the past. So they have two professors, which I'm guessing it's going to be purchasing exclusive, whichever one you get. First, Sada, which is Sada, past, right? There's Turo, which is Futuro, future. And then the legendaries, but their garb also shows, like, Sada's got like a caveman garb almost with a lab coat, and then Turo is wearing like futuristic clothing with a lab coat. Glad the lab coat never changes. And then the legendaries look like they might be the same Pokemon, but one's a future version of it. I'm wondering if the games are going to be set in different time periods, which I don't think they've done before, where they've had two like counterpart games in the same time period or different time periods. What's called? But I think it's really interesting. Like, I think it's really, really interesting. I'm just like they just brought us to Hisui, like ancient Sinnoh, right? And they were able to not just have ancient Sinnoh, but they also had like ancient Sinnoh typings, which is incredibly cool, right? So what they could do is, theoretically, in the past game, so Qwilfish is is has been confirmed in the game, right? So they could have Quillfish in Violet. Yes, they could have Quillfish in Violet, and they could have Overquill in Scarlet, theoretically, right? So like that's a really cool thing that is possible. You know, they could do it, and that's a really cool thing that they can play around with. They could do that with a couple typings too. Like it looks like we might be getting a regional Taurus or a Taurus evolution, which is I think what's actually going to happen. I think we're going to have a regular Taurus, but that evolves, like almost like a. Hey, look, it's the bull Pokemon Taurus, and we expecting it like regional, and no, it's regular Taurus, and then he evolves, which is that'd be super cool. Obviously, we got Lechonk, which is a play on Lechon. Yeah, fat little piggy, love it. But so we got Lechonk, which is nice. We got Smoliv, which obviously small olive, right? It's gonna be cool. I think we got some nice characters coming. Okay. Oh, Ultra Ball. No! Oh. I did the thing. I traded the shiny. How did I trade the shiny? This is what happens when I don't pay attention. I traded the shiny. I gotta watch this. Why? What? How did I trade the shiny? He's the last one. Okay, so now we've done the thing. If I don't have a shiny Alolan Vulpix, I now have to. God damn it! If we don't have a shiny Alolan Vulpix, I'm gonna go ahead and restart just because I don't want to play with that. It's just stupid. Why did I do that? I'll take the shiny Alolan Vulpix, honestly though. I can always catch another regular Vulpix. And no shiny. Okay. You know what? I don't feel too bad about that. I don't feel too bad about that at all. Forget that. Yeah, we're fine. It's okay. Yeah. I'm stupid. I'm so stupid. Man, oh gosh. Oh man. Oh gosh. Oh man. Oh gosh. I don't. I can't believe I did that. Why would I do that? It makes no sense for me to do that. Did they just say I have 105 hours in this game? That's really kind of scary. Because I have 105 hours and as I mentioned, I've already reset like 4 or 5 times for this. I'm sure I've reset for other things. I know for a fact that I caught a golden shiny carp. Shiny carp. I called it golden shiny Magikarp a while back, and with this golden shiny Magikarp, I was so proud. I sent a picture to my friend Milton, who's watching the stream, right? I think so. I think possibly who knows. And I sent a picture to my friend Milton, and he was like, "Oh, dude, great job. That's awesome." And then I forgot this game doesn't have autosave, so I turned it off without saving. Why would I do that? Why would anybody do that? I don't know. So, magic, right? So I know for a fact there's been at least a couple hours of this game that I have played and didn't count. So, you know, that's what it is. That one wasn't shiny, in case anybody was wondering. Shocker. How much of that timer? Did I restart the timer? Oh, no, I restarted the timer. Let me restart the timer. We're at 4 minutes left. If anybody was wondering. I'm guessing I'll do this stream for like 2 hours, hour and a half, but we won't go past that. Oh yeah, we're already in 42 minutes. All right, this is gonna be a fun stream for me and nobody else probably. I'm having a great time. I'm just shiny hunting, and it's distracting me because otherwise I was just sitting there clicking a button. But now I get to talk to you guys. Even if you don't talk back, I'm talking to you guys. So. Makes me feel less like a crazy person. Always looks shiny. Looks shiny every single time. Alright, let's trade up that Pokemon. I don't know about you guys, but my dad just isn't into games, so I'm sure everybody's father does this, everybody's parents, whatever it is. So he calls them Pokemons or Pokemon. He can't say Pokemon for some reason. I'm pretty sure the only one he knows is Pikachu, which is funny because I have a Charmander on my shoulder, which I think I've shown you guys before, right? So I have a Charmander on my shoulder, like a tattoo, great tattoo, good artist, and I don't think he knows that Pokemon. Funny stuff. All right, looks. Remember how in like every other game ever? Okay, just checking. Every other game ever, when you traded, it makes you save first. So happy it doesn't do that with this. If I had to save every time, oh my god, I'd have to catch so many Vulpix. Losing my mind catching Vulpix. I don't know if you can fill a box, but there's gotta be a max for the bag for the Pokemon box in this game, right? Let's go Eevee. I can look that up while I do this. It's not like we're missing out on anything. Let's go Eevee. Box restriction. Nikolai's. Yeah, so it can only hold up to 1,000 Pokemon. And as I mentioned, one of the previous guys I watched get this Pokemon was at 1138, and the other one was at over 2,000. So, you know. Not to mention, I think I have my Pokedex filled. I think I have the living Pokedex in this game. Oh, you know, no, I don't. No, I don't. I have the Pokedex filled, but it's not living. I think one day I want to do shiny decks, but I don't know if I have the time. I don't know if anybody has the time to do a shiny dex. Would just be ridiculous if you did it legitimately. If you don't do it legitimately, you know, whatever. What does it mean then? Right? I mean, you're not gonna be able to catch all the Pokemon shiny because like some of them are distribution only. So nothing you can really do about that. But I swear, they're. I don't know if you guys can hear it. My neighbors are doing something. Sounds like they're hammering. Sounds like they're chiseling. Sounds like they're just doing all the things. Is it coming from above me or below? I think it's coming from above me. Honestly, who knows? Is that a shell, Jaylor? Is that an Omnistar shell? That's it. Yep. Facts. Hot facts. At least somebody's getting it. Truth, man. I just always find it funny because I feel like like that stuff doesn't go on when I'm not doing something like this. Like that seems to be the only time in which they're like, oh, let me work on something here. I also have neighbors though who, I don't know if you guys know what a geode is, but I have a family member who asked me to crack open a geode, so I took a hammer, literally, like took it outside, 2 strikes, like 2 strikes with a hammer. That's all it was. And somebody called to complain. They were like, somebody said you were doing like housework? I'm like, no. I hit something with a hammer twice, and that, like, could that possibly be what you're referring to? It's just like, well, I don't know, but somebody called me to complain. It's like, get out of here, man. Stop that. Meanwhile, they're doing this. Hammering for like 45 seconds, minute and a half straight. I don't think we have shiny this. What do we got? We're at 48 minutes. So how much is left on our timer? 12 minutes left on our timer. We're gonna, you know what? I'm changing my mindset. It's all about mindset, right? We're gonna get the shiny. The shiny's gonna happen. We're gonna do it. That's not it, but we're gonna do it. I don't know if you guys, what is your guys' team for Let's Go? I don't know if you guys played through it, but let me know what your guys' team is. Did you guys do any master challenges? I did a couple. I did that master Ninetales challenge with Alolan Ninetales, even though I was weak to regular Ninetales. That's it. You just gotta believe in the hunt. You believe in the hunt, the hunt's gonna be accomplished. I think that when I did the Alolan Ninetales versus regular Ninetales to become the quote-unquote Ninetales master, I I did it like 3 or 4 times, trying to do it without like majorly adjusting my moveset and stuff like that, and I ended up having to because he's Ice Fairy. If I remember correctly, those are both weak to fire. So I ended up having to give it the Quick Claw, if I remember correctly, and I think teach it Dig. It didn't learn Earthquake, so I teach it Dig, and I think we got lucky one time where it missed a Fire Blast on me, and that was how I was able to beat it. Not super like consistent, but we weren't like really over level for it, and it was quadruple weakness, so I was down for it. Alright. Hey J-Lord, what kind of games do you like to play? Let's see here. I think you and Chef Twins are the only ones that are active on the chat right now. So at least I have someone to talk to. Right. 1 second, guys. Hey, Pops. I don't know. Oh, well, 1 second, 1 second. Yeah, so when Oh no, can you hear me now? Oh my gosh, I just went on this huge diatribe for the last like 10 minutes talking about like some of my favorite video games ever. Oh man. I was asking, first of all, what you said you play mostly RPGs. Like, what kind of games do you play? I mentioned, wow, oof, it's hard. It's gonna be hard to go over that diatribe again. So I mentioned Sonic. I played the original Sonic 2, Sonic Adventures 2, for Sega Dreamcast, which is why my name is Shadow. Uh, Man, sorry about that. Which is why my name is Shadowfire. Huge Shadow fan growing up. I love the chibis, not chibis, the chows in that world. I thought that was like an amazing touch, and I spent like entirely too much time playing that game because of that. I probably replayed that game like 4 or 5 times. Dragon Ball Z games, love Dragon Ball Z games. I mentioned Budokai 3. Was the first game that I remember where I got it and beat it in the same day. Pretty short game, but like so much fun. If I had to recall, I think you're in the Boo storyline, and you're becoming Super Saiyan 3 Goku, going through that storyline. If I remember, that's the premise of that game. And then I mentioned I've always been a stand for the Star Wars games, but like Star Wars, the prequel games, for whatever reason, way more fun than they had any business being. Good stuff. Yeah, for sure. I definitely abused my chows. I may or may not have sacrificed a couple of them. Um, I was a kid. I really didn't know better, but I very like definitely abused them. And what else? I also mentioned Halo. Octopus Monster. um, I mentioned Halo for a bit. All right, so the timer went off. The 20-minute timer went off. So it's time to check our Vulpixes. Let's see if we got a shiny, which I don't think we did, but hope we did. That'd be great. I still have hope that we're gonna get this shiny. We have just about an hour left in this. All right. Come on, come to Papa. Ah, okay. All right. So nothing there. Let me go ahead and send these stats to the professor real quick. I'm not going to go through and look at the IVs or anything like that. I just don't think it's not really necessary. As I mentioned, I'm probably going to restart this game. And, you know, if I really want an Alolan Vulpix, I'll work to get one in that game. I love my Alolan Vulpix. It was on my team. Am I watching the new Halo show? I have not watched the new Halo show. I'm trying to let it finish first, which it may have already. I have a bad habit of doing that with all my shows. So I mentioned Stranger Things earlier. I'm trying to let that finish coming out so I can binge it. I'm also trying to do that with Obi-Wan. It's just like a habit of mine. But the Halo show should be just about done. And I do have Paramount pretty much exclusively to watch it. So I will definitely watch it, and I'll report back once I do. I spent probably my brother. Thank him for that. Halo is probably like the main reason I got into like regular gaming and not just like Pokemon games. Halo, I remember watching him play. I would sit on the edge of his bed and watch him play Halo for like hours at a time. And then afterwards, like he agreed to play through it with me. So he beat it, and then he played it over again with me as a multiplayer, which is a super nice thing of him. I have two brothers. I'm super close with both of them. I love them both to death. But so, this brother and we played, and he carried me so much looking back at it. Like, I was probably totally useless. But
Not that I'm not now when it comes to video games, right? But so he would play with me, and I think most of that final episode, most of that final level is on the Warthog, and I probably got us killed on that Warthog like so many times. So finally, like he took over. He's like, you got to do one of these well. You can either shoot or you can you can drive. But I thoroughly loved the original Halo. I think it changed gaming as a whole. I think without the original Halo, like there's a lot of very good video games that we do not get. I think first-person shooters, especially Call of Duty, Battlefield. Obviously, now that's evolved into like the the Clash Royale and stuff like that, right? How do I feel about the remasters? Um, I've always been like a nostalgia guy, so for me, I love being able to play old games, even if it's remastered. Now that being said, a lot of times, like you get the old game and you're like, I see why this is an old game. So sometimes it's better to leave. It's better to leave. Better to leave the dead, right? Halo just keeps kind of like coming back for more, and I appreciate it because I love the games. But at the same time, I'd lie if I said I got the new ones for the Halo series. I think after Halo 5, I was like, okay, this is getting extensive. Um, that being said, if I see it on sale, I'll probably grab it. No, I don't think it grabs the same majesty as the original game. Um, but maybe that's just because it's not the first time I played it through. Like I knew what I was expecting. That seems to be how it is with most games that they redo. Like Pokemon Fire Red, Leaf Green versus Pokemon Red version. I would never say the story. Like I would never say that it hit me the same way. But I can like objectively say it was a much better game because they added the abilities in Pokemon, which is a huge thing, right? They made it so the game doesn't take like 5 hours to go 8 spaces. You got running shoes. Like there's a lot of like beautiful features they added, but to me it's just not. It's definitely not the same majesty as like the old game, and that's why you see if you look at a lot of games that people play online and stuff like that, they still play the original game instead of like people will still play Pokemon Red and Blue and Yellow versus Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green. I won't, just because like I don't get me wrong, I have over the years. I've definitely played it over and over and over and over and over again. But how many single times can we play that one game again, right? That's one of the best things about the Pokemon series to me is that they're replayable forever. Because you can always do different teams. You can do Nuzlocke. You can do Type Locks. You can do it where you can ride a shiny hunt. You can do it where you can use shinies only, like the run I'm doing this for. Pokemon like is a different thing to me, but I don't think that Halo. I don't think that the Halo remaster was able to capture it. It ended up just feeling like a more dull version of the newer games, in my opinion. But as I said, after 5, I really didn't play a whole lot of them. Gears of War, I didn't get like super into, but I did play 3 of them, and everyone I played was super fun while I played it. Just like it felt like I was doing the same combos over and over again. And I was like, okay, this is cool. I'm gonna play something else. So, am I going to be playing Scarlet Violet? I'm absolutely going to be playing Scarlet Violet. Pokemon, for better or worse, add something new to every game, right? And maybe this is a feature that should have been in like a long time ago, but they're now introducing multiplayer for the first time. and that's awesome to me. I would love to be able to play with my friend Sheffield that was on here before, and my buddy Joey, and then maybe my brother or another person. But we can play with 4 people at a time together, and that is something that I even if I have more of a following, maybe even jump on with like a group of the people from my Twitch stream. Um, like that's such a cool concept to me that we could do that together now. Now I don't know what the features are going to be like yet, right? Because all we've seen is 2 trailers. We've seen 3 new Pokemon and 5 new Pokemon if you include the legendaries, right? But they have so many options, especially just giving Hisui a test. I was talking about it earlier. They might be like, hey, so they're playing off future past, right? So that seems to be the theme, right? Everything is future past. They might make it so that Quillfish is in the game. Quillfish doesn't evolve in the newer games, but in uh, Legends Arceus, where we were in the past, right? They evolve him into Overqwell. So you might get Pokemon Scarlet and be able to evolve him into Overqwell, and then Pokemon Violet might be able to evolve into something else. You might be able to do the same thing with like Weavile if Weavile's in the game. Zoroark, like there's a lot of really cool options that they have since they just brought that in. Lechonk is yes. Lechonk is life right now. I saw Lechonk and I was like, did they really call the pig Lechon? I don't. I um I'm from Miami, right? Everybody speaks Spanish here. Everybody knows what Lechon is, and they just added a chonk at the end of it. So it's adorable. Um, yeah, Lechonk is amazing. Swallow, I wasn't as excited for, but I still think he's cool. I think he's like the Bidoof line, and obviously we saw the Pikachu clone in Pommy. Um, Pommy's face kind of looks derpy, but I think overall it looks really cute. And same thing for Smoliv. I think Smoliv's like mouth looks ridiculous, but otherwise it looks really cool. I uh, I think that they're gonna play on the legendaries being obviously they have different names, but coming from the same origin, but one of them is futuristic. Ooh. Maybe like a Mewtwo, where like one of them is man manipulated. Um, I don't know. It's gonna be really interesting. And for the first time ever, it seems as though the story doesn't dictate. The story doesn't dictate where you have to go. Jamungus one. Jamungus. What do you mean Jamungus? Jamungus. Am I walking into a joke here? What do you mean Jamungus one? Yeah, but as far as Scarlet Levi is concerned, I'm waiting to find out what the pre-order bonuses are going to be, and then I am ordering. I bought in on that game. That game sold me real fast. The fact that it's going to be real open world, you don't have to go to point A for point B to be unlocked. Oh, I thought I spoke Spanish. Okay, I speak a little bit of Spanish. I'm definitely not fluent. Humongous. Oh, jamon humongous. Okay, okay. Now I get it. All right, sorry. Yeah, I speak a little bit of Spanish. Humongous. But so that's funny. Yeah, I'm definitely sold on that game. I love Lechonk. The best part about his name is you don't have to you don't have to even give him a nickname. Like Lechonk that's a great nickname, right? Um, but yeah, I'm super sold on that game. I also mentioned when I was talking about games earlier that like I used to play and it got me into like, titles and stuff like that. I mentioned Call of Duty. I know Battlefield was like probably legitimately better than Call of Duty for a little bit, but Call of Duty obviously has the longer longevity, it seems. Um, yeah, yeah. So that's kind of where it's right now. Um, I'm less unfortunately less into games than I have been in my life. I really love playing, but for a while there, I was going to school full time and working 2 jobs, which is, I mean, absolutely miserable. But you got to do what you got to do to get where you want to be in life, right? Um, trying to become trying to become a firefighter, paramedic, and I am now. So uh, life is great. Life, gives you back what you put in. So worked my butt off, and now I'm in a very fortunate position where I can actually start getting back into gaming and stuff like that more. And so I'm looking to play new games. Um, one of my very close friends bought me Hollow Knight, which I've heard that is one an amazing game. First and foremost, TTRPGs. Um, so for Hollow Knight, like I've heard one. Yeah, so I'm actually getting into a tabletop RPG later today, which I plan on recording, and I'll probably, with everybody's permission, I'm gonna try to put out, if not a podcast of it, I'll try to maybe do a video recording of everybody, and maybe put it on the channel or on a new channel. If I put it on a new channel, I'll definitely link it. Definitely link it. It's what's the name of the game? It's called Heroes, I believe. And so, essentially, it's a TTRPG about like what if it's real similar to My Hero Academia. Is the best way I can say it. It's like what if like powers just started appearing randomly in groups of people, and then for those people, um, like they had to learn to deal with these powers, and there's one person in particular called the Spectre. Ooh, spooky! And the Spectre's a good guy, but he stopped like the cataclysmic, excuse me, event, and then went away for a little bit. Now he's come back, and now there's this new group of heroes, and like, how do we play our parts? And my character is based off of a family who had an original hero, and then for whatever reason the gene skipped his parents, and now that it's back, now my character is the first in the family to regain powers, and his powers are actually kind of similar to Spectre's. Can you guess his name? His name is Shadow. His name is the Shadow because it seems to be my nickname for everything. I love it. I love the Shadow. I love Shadow, his character, Sonic, awesome. So and we're playing with like a bunch of interesting little roles. So my character counts as the legacy, and there's going to be a bunch of different characters. We also tried to play a D&D style game, which really didn't work out. I don't know if you've ever heard it. There's a podcast called Dungeons Daddies. Dungeons Daddies, awesome. Highly, highly, highly recommend. Really fun stuff. My buddy gave me a shout to that. And it's really funny. It's about these stepdads. Not all of them stepdads. Only one of them stepdads. Sorry. It's about these dads, and they get lost in a world with their kids, and they have to try to get their kids out, but they like develop powers while they're in the world. Yeah, there you go. You know what Dungeons and Daddies is. It's awesome. It's so much fun. Great stuff. Great stuff. But yeah, I mean, that's. You said Ron's your favorite. Oh, Ron's a funny guy. Um, I love that they have a girl playing one of the daddies. We had a very similar idea. We wanted to play off of that to get us started into like the idea of doing the TDT RPGs. So we had a very similar idea, and my character was very problematic, like super problematic. I'm happy we didn't end up doing it because he was like I would have been canceled for it probably. He's just super problematic and super misogynistic and probably a little sexist and just not a good guy. Not a good guy. And he was a cowboy, which cowboy part was cool, but that was the only cool part about him. Um, but I kept getting every time we talked about the character, my character would become a little more extreme in like some manner. Just not a good. It's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. This happens when like we have nobody to stop us from from just imagining this thing. And by the end of it, I was like, I don't even like my character anymore. Like he's a jerk. He's like, how am I supposed to redeem this guy? Their name was Cowboy Mama Havish. I don't know. It played off of like a nickname I got in Fire Academy when I did Fire Academy. So everybody called me Mama because I was always like, how do I say this? Everybody, because I was always like, hey, everybody's got their belts, right? Everybody's got this, that. Everybody looks good. I was on top of everybody, and kind of like I was nagging. Let's be real. I was nagging too much. So I got the nickname Cowboy Mama Havish. I'm not a cowboy, but the nickname was Mama Havish. And so that character became just like a whole monster. Let's be happy. Let's hope that Mama Havish never sees Cowboy Mama Havish never sees the day of light. It's funny because that character was so obnoxious, but in everyday life, like I try to greet everybody with yes sir, yes ma'am, good morning, handshake, right? Like total opposite of what that character is about. That character would get in drunk, having fights, and being offensive. Oh no! Oh gosh! Maybe if I get drunk one day and I do a stream, I'll bring that character out a little bit, but like not as offensive, just more cowboy. Oh goodness! Oh, too much fun with that. All right. So I would say that we're probably another like 150 through. We got to be coming up on that. Got to be coming up on that shiny soon if we haven't yet. We might have. I haven't really been paying attention. I've been focusing more on the chat. Okay, so our timer just stopped. So it's been about 20 minutes. So after this roll through, we'll go through. Man, that 20 minutes flew actually. We'll go through and we'll see that shiny there, because that shiny's gonna be there, right? Gotta have the hope. Believe in the hunt. All right. You absolutely love Cantonian Vulpix. That's great. It's great. We love that. We love that because otherwise it would be trading us for 100,000 of them. Alright, so check summary. Shine, 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 shine. Come on. Shine for me. You know you want to. Ah, okay. So none of these were. That's fine. We have approximately 25 minutes left before we hit 2 hours. 25 or 35? I'm going to check in a second. Absolutely. Alright, so it's about 30. That was 36. Really good in 20 minutes. Those are good numbers right there. Alright, so we have approximately 35 minutes left. So I'm set the timer right now for 34 minutes. Alright, 34-minute timer set. So let's try to get as many of those shinies as possible. We will probably finish at this 130. Right? How many do we have left? Yeah. Maybe. We'll see. I'm half expecting Nikolais. I'm half expecting Nikolais to just be like, yeah, I don't want any more, thanks. I appreciate you though. My buyers on the black market, they don't want any more regular Vulpix. They want Ninetales now. I can't remember. I knew I wanted Eevee. Oh, I knew I wanted Eevee for Let's Go Eevee. I think Pikachu's super overrated, right? Because he's like the mascot of the series. Like, I get it. I totally get it, but weird, right? So when this game came out, I knew I wanted Eevee. I thought you were going to be able to evolve Eevee, but apparently not, right? Yeah, surprise, Nicholas has a pleasure making golds. Yeah, but he can't sell them with the rate I'm giving him. You give me too many Vulpixes, man. So I'll never be able to get rid of this many. The question is, how many Vulpix does it make to take a coat? Does it take to make a coat? Excuse me, I don't speak English either, apparently. So how many Vulpix does it take to make a coat? Because I've given him 500 almost at this point, but yeah, tis what it is. Bear with me for 1 second, un segundo. Alright. Yes, I will definitely trade you my Cantonian Vulpix again. Alright. I am flooding the market. But you know what? That's good. That's good. Me flooding the market prevents them from profiting, which means they'll have to leave the market. You guys gotta go to another Pokemon. I guess the most logical Pokemon would be Mareep, right? Just sheep, right? So, which they do that anyway. But thankfully, they would just use the fur. They wouldn't need to like kill the Pokemon or anything like that, right? We don't like killing the Pokemon, so that's so nice. That's, as we mentioned earlier. Killing the Pokemon makes us sad. It makes us so sad. We don't do that. So this was actually a strategic plan. That's all it was. It's just a strategic plan to get the. We're not even really shining out there. We're just here to to make sure that the market for regular Vulpix, Cantonian Vulpix, is shut down. That's all it is. We're good people. We're good people. That's what I'm really saying. We're great people. Me for doing it, and you guys for doing it with me. Right? Yeah. So, J-Lord, do you play but Lavender Town? Well, J-Lord, I don't know if you know the lore, but they say that Clefairy and Gengar look a little too much alike to not be related. So there's a lot of speculation that either Gengar is a shadow, which makes less sense because Gengar's a good Pokemon, or that Gengar is just actually the ghost of Clefable's past. And since we know that Gengar is a 3 Pokemon line with Ghastly, Haunter, and Gengar, and we also know that Clefable is a 3 Pokemon line with Cleffa, Clefairy, and Clefable. That's all I'm saying. It just makes too much sense, right? There's a whole slew of theories about how that's a thing. It's pretty cool. It is, yeah, it is pretty cool. I read up like entirely too much on Pokemon theories for a little bit. I attempt to do a podcast with a couple of my friends, and one of the first things we did was talk about Pokemon. Like, obviously, because we're all fans, and we all love a bunch of other things too, which we were eventually getting to. I think one of the other episodes we tried to do were about Rick and Morty, because we all love Rick and Morty. I think it's. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but they have there's a meme somewhere. It's like dumb show, dumb people, smart show, smart people, and Rick and Morty is a dumb show for smart people, or at least I tell myself that because I like it, right? So none of the science really plays out, but it's just hysterical in my opinion. And it like plays with balances of things that like no business playing with. There's an episode of Rick and Morty. And if you don't know the dynamic, Rick is the grandpa scientist, mad scientist, who's always drunk, and then Morty is his grandson who tags along with missions. But it's like the moral compass of the show more. And there's an episode where Morty wants like a save point, like similar to a video game where he can always just like rewind back to. And he he has this like girl he meets in a coffee shop, and they start to talk and stuff like that. He uses the save point a bunch of times and like resets, and then he has this save point where he meets this girl in the coffee shop, and they start talking, and they start dating, and they almost break up, but then they get back together. They fix it in time, and they go on this trip. And on this trip, the plane that they're on crashes, and they have to like fight for their life against it's in the Arctic and against wolves and stuff like that. And they end up making it just before they die, and then they get back to like normal life. They get engaged. I think they're getting married, and then it flashes to like another point where they're just like they're so happy, everybody's healthy and safe. And his dad picks up. His dad is like the failure of the family. His dad picks up the remote and he's like, "What's this?" And pushes it. Sends him back to the save point, and he like loses all of it. Um, like that's just such a like a well thought out thing as to why a save point would not work in real life. I don't know. I feel like it's a really smart thing. Smart people. Dumb show, smart people. Alright. 10 minutes has passed. So we have approximately 24 to go. 24 to go, is that correct? That is correct. 24 minutes and 10 seconds. We are absolutely flying through this. I'm not even looking at the screen most of the time. Poor Morty. Yeah. That's essentially what you end up saying for like 90% of the show is like, ah, poor Morty. Like, I mean, at the same time, a lot of cool stuff happens to him. But yeah, mostly bad stuff. There's one episode where they turn like the whole city into like raging like monsters, and they have to go to another universe and they just swap Mortys and then kill the other Morty, and then they have to bury him. He has to bury himself in the backyard. It's convoluted, man, but it's it's just so messed up. You watch any TV, Taylor? Or any Netflix or anything like that? So, 15 seconds. Put a lavender tone. Nice. Checking my YouTube stream real quick. Don't think there's anything to worry about there. YouTube, my YouTube is pretty quiet usually. Twitch actually does a lot more. Watching Young Justice. The Heroes game is super cool. It really is. Young Justice is an awesome, awesome, awesome show. What part of the show are you in right now? Honestly, Young Justice is like much closer to the old Teen Titans show than like anything I've seen in a bit. And I growing up, I loved the old Teen Titans show. Teen Titans Go is like funnier than it deserves to be, given the kind of kid show it is. But it's like not nearly as not nearly as good. I believe it's called Heroes. Let me pull up. I have a Discord with the actual game information. I'll put it on here. Oh, I'm sorry. It's not called Heroes. It's called Masks. It's called Masks. Let me see if I can find something out. Masks, TTRPG. Yeah, okay. It's called Masks. Masks: A New Generation. I believe. Generation. put a link in to where you can get it. Oh, actually, yeah, here. Okay, I'll put a link into the wiki for it. There it is. There. It's funny in the wiki it says in the vein of Young Justice, like and Teen Titans. So it's like it gives you an idea. We're supposed to be like young heroes, not like necessarily kids, but 18, 19. Which I am not. I'm definitely not 18 or 19. I attend to it. Fortunately. When you said, oh, obviously I messed up the name of that game. Have you played Mask before, or have you heard of it? I'm gonna go ahead and bet that you have. Yes, that's correct. That's it. Pretty sure I'm gonna wear out my controllers. Pressing A, and getting. I can use these guys too. I do sometimes. So Jailer, have you played that before or heard of that before? Nice, Nikolais. Nikolais. No, this is the first time. Okay, cool, good stuff. So hopefully I put you on to something you like then. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to stream the game here, but what I most likely will do, like I mentioned before, is I'll record it and then I can always stream it here after, which actually might be better, but that way I can edit out some of the slower parts or if we're trying to figure something out. I'm sure the game is going to be funny, just because the guys I'm playing with are very funny. I'm hoping that I'll be able to play off of them a little bit, but they're all funny people. And then, like I said, I'm not sure if I'll put it on a different channel or if I'll stream it here or what it is, but I'm sure we'll be able to figure something out here. You guys will definitely see something from it. But worst come to worst, go ahead and follow me on Twitch, and as I mentioned, you guys will see something from it. So my character is the legacy character. His name is Shadow, and so essentially, as a legacy character, like you get more saving, like you get more points for trying to save people than anything else. So like, you get to choose a couple moves at the beginning, and then as your character develops and becomes stronger, you can unlock more moves and stuff like that. But so like two, one of my moves at the beginning is just solely trying is solely there to try and save as many people as I can. Um, I think it's I don't remember the name of the stat because I don't have it pulled up in front of me. It's like heroism or something like that. But so like every typing gets a +1 in something, and sometimes they get a -1 in something else. Um, and so that's like mainly my character. My character's legacy. Uh, I have a great, as I mentioned, my parents didn't have powers. My grandpa didn't have powers either, but his father, my great grandfather, did. And so he, because wonky, right? He's still alive, and he's training me with his sidekick. Um, that's just like my character's specific role. Everybody has a different one, and we put together an intro for all the characters, recorded it, and so that stuff will all be in it. If may even put out like separate little individual videos for the characters if need be, but it's cool stuff. Cool stuff. All right, we are approaching the end of our little pie. Because I'm assuming that's the plural for Vulpix. Vulpix. How did he get his powers? Was he born with it? Yeah. So both my great grandfather was born with it. He was the first person in my character's family with the mutation, and then it skipped my grandfather and my parents, and then I was born with it as well. I have a sibling who is too young to know if he has powers or not in the game. He's too young to know if he has powers or not, but we are trying to. That's going to be like one of the storylines, at least for my character, is like, hey, if he does have powers, we have to make sure that he knows how to control it, and that we set him up in a positive way. But yeah, my character, none of my characters received their powers in their release. None of them fell in like pits of gamma ray. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Like whatever they got to do, right? Everybody has an origin story. It's just not that mine was. In this game, the society itself is more quote unquote powerful. And now my character his name is the Shadow, right? So he's got shadow powers, the Shocker. So like I can pass through shadows, and I can kind of like warp. So that's the beauty of it. We've all stayed quiet except for the game master about what the other people's powers are going to be. So like we don't know. We each recorded like a 10-minute long, 15-minute long intro. And then, right before we play, we're gonna listen to everybody's intros, and it's gonna give the background on it. So that's actually like a really cool feature, in my opinion, is that it's almost as if we're established heroes that don't really know much about each other, and we're getting together for a common foe. Or whatever the storyline decides to be, because the game master's really coming up with much of that, and like we're all heroes that exist already. We're not being created for this, and we're all gonna get together and listen to each other's stories, which, like I said, is like a 15-minute, 10-minute interview from the game master to us about specific questions. Fleshing out the backstories of each individual person. So it's going to be really interesting. We don't really know much about each other. We don't really know much about villains, except for if it's our own villain, which we only have like one villain each. And it's just like the question we got asked. One of the questions was, "What's the biggest villain you've taken down so far?" or something like that. So like, yeah, pretty cool. Who are the other people playing? So we have the Game Master, which I don't think he's actually going to be participating. He's just the Game Master, right? Which he's definitely necessary for, and I think he's gonna love messing with us. And then my buddy Alex, who I think he's filming his today, but he's come up with this character already. He's just fleshing out some last minute details. Um, a guy named Dan, a guy named Coffee, who are both really funny, and I think it's just the four of us doing it. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Time is always an issue, right? So like, for that reason, I haven't been like as involved in it as I should probably. But I've been having a great time just coming up with my character, and I think it's gonna be an awesome time. The fact that we don't know everything about everybody, I think it's gonna be really cool. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun, and I think that us having fun is gonna show through. So I think that if I do end up posting it for on the channel, everybody else watching is gonna have a lot of fun too. The other people are playing. Which characters are playing? I called Legacy like right off the bat, so I know that for sure. Our Legacy. I don't really know what the other ones are. Okay, it's not a sea giant. No. Echo Chamber. Sorry, we have a bunch of little pockets on our Discord. One more, two more. Sorry, I just left it a meme because we were talking about like some of the villains we wanted, and we were like, should our villains be similar to us? And somebody put a meme, and it's what does he do? He does the same thing I do, but better. We read some long things about this. So the number one hero in the city, who is not part of our team, is said to be more like a Spider-Man character than an All Might. I don't know if you've seen My Hero Academia. Okay, so I think it's one. So I think somebody is playing as a beacon. I don't think anybody's a bull. Nobody's a delinquent. Somebody is playing as the Janice. I'm the Legacy. And then I think somebody might be a protege. I think those are the characters people are playing as. So Janice, protege, beacon, Legacy. I'm Legacy. All right, here we go. We got a shiny here. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling we have a shiny coming. This is it right here. Maybe not like this specific Pokemon, but like in the last 30 that we've done, we have a shiny. I'm feeling it right now. All right, here we go. Short order 5. Thank you. Check summary. Come on, come Papa. Ah, okay. Alright, well, that's alright. We gave it our all, guys. I'm going to most likely continue this hunt while I'm off screen, but I really gotta go do something else for a little bit. So I'm about 700 through now because I've released target 5 times, and it's 130 each. I think it's 130 each. So 130 times 5. I'm 650 through. Okay. Yeah, the Legacy is my character. I'm really excited to play that. The Beacon also sounds super cool. So does the Janus. Honestly, to me, they all sounded cool except for like the Bull. The Bull didn't interest me as much, but it's just because I'm not that kind of character. But I don't know. All right, guys. Actually, I don't know why I'm doing this. I didn't restart it anyway. All right, guys. Well, thank you all very much for coming and joining me today. I don't need to do this. I'm just gonna go ahead and restart this. Okay, so thank you very much for joining me today. I'm sure you guys will be seeing more of me if you want to. You know. But thank you very much, and y'all have a great day. As I said, I know I'm going back into this, but I'm just gonna leave it to where it is. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me, and